allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo Mayegun la wa mo.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
You can share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Invite the Lagos Abobakus. Invite the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, and don't forget the Bat idiots too. Those who usually come around to call what they hear on Mayegun's diary political fake news. Well. The depleted foreign reserve of Nigeria, as we kind of, predicted, Dangote has been traced to have collected $3.4 billion from it. Share this broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Mo ti dé o.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Tinubu's minister want to lift 133 million Nigerians out of poverty 5 years ago. Shadia, the same minister in the same position under Buhari, said they were going to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. We know how that ended. Share the broadcast. We are back at it again, but with another bombshell loading. In the next 24 hours, a lot of us may be exposed to some new information about Tinubu, courtesy Atiku, Abubakar. There is a court case in America tomorrow because of Tinubu. Share this. Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun and it is live. Save for those who are going to watch it as a replay or premiere. Sorry about that, right? It's almost the same. In the last few days on Mayegun's Diary Politico, even though I am not an economist, okay, the paper title holders parading themselves as economists in Nigeria, at least they are the top people who knows about money, they know about trade, they know about the currency, economy, and on like that. So they have already formulated different policies. All of them have led Nigeria to one single destination, the poverty capital of the world. Even though I haven't been that kind of a paper certified economist, I have done my best as a layman on this platform to try to get you connected with the level of heist, fraud, corruption that took place under Buhari. Most of them that Tinubu is currently sitting on. The reason why Nigeria is broke, empty. I remember when I once said, Dangote refinery is the new conduit money laundry pipe for the criminals in Nigeria. Let me rephrase. What APC, Egbekegbe, Buhari, and the rest of them did to Nigeria, they are not supposed to currently be in any way, under no circumstance, should be living in their own homes right now with what they did. I try my best to explain that to you. Because the consequences of that is that businesses will die. Jobs will be lost. Lives will be lost. Relationship, marriages will be broken. That is the economic consequences of what they have done to Nigeria. It is bigger than treason. It should be rated as high treason against Nigeria. Crimes will increase. Look at Nigeria today. Is that not the situation today? Right. APC, Al-Qaeda People's Congress, came together like an organized, sort of like organized criminals who perpetuated organized crime against millions of Nigerians. And it seems that you didn't even know that. Or you probably don't understand that. Make I explain. Layman to layman. When APC, Egbekegbe, came in 2015, what were they campaigning on? Fight against corruption. Were you not expecting some certain people to end up in jail because they were like so corrupt under Jonathan that the impunity, the carelessness of what are you going to do was so much that a lot of you forgot that it was the same Buhari, brainless Buhari, that led Nigeria and Nigerians to the most horrific economic destruction First time in 30 years ago, but that was then, no, that was 38 years ago now. 30 years ago in 2015. In 30 months, it ruined Nigeria until it got kicked out. His whole story, 30 years later, the corruption under Jonathan, where people were so miffed, so pissed, that they forgot the rogue called Buhari, the Abacha, PTF, Abina PTDF chairman. They forgot all about that. A lot of them came out and said, even if he jailed their papa, even if he killed their papa, others said, even if they see them looting Central Bank of Nigeria, now change, they go still follow. It was an organized crime. So what did they do? They mapped out the strategic areas that are the basic source of revenue for Nigeria. The ones they could find, the ones Buhari could find the replacement for, it quickly replaced them. But you see the chunk of where the whole corruption took place, the center of it, the guy behind it, the guy in charge of that, Emefiole, that people thought would be the first to be jailed. The one that was moving money in bullion van for Fayo Shein Ekiti, you remember now? Buhari kept Emefiole. You are going to teach us how you did it, okay? We're going to need you. We need your expertise. So we are not sacking you. Stay. That's the first red flag. Then, the second reason why you were deceived into APC, was because of insecurity, Boko Haram. So what did they do? They went straight to that department too, defense. Looked around, I was like, okay, no people now they here, they shared the money meant for the fight against corruption. Anyway, hang on. He picked Dasuki. And said Dasuki spent $2 billion meant for the fight against corruption, right? But lowered the rank in the military. After sacking those he would sack, he kept the guy who also acknowledged that for every weapon claimed to have been bought by Jonathan, that indeed they were bought. And in fact, they were here. That was the Buratai the Butcher. He promoted Buratai the Butcher. We are going to need you too. You are the one in charge. Okay, yeah, you stay. Emefiole, you stay. So like an organized crime, right? Then they went straight to the third one, the golden goose laying the golden egg, Abi, the crude oil, NNPC. Abi? So he made him say he wanted to fight corruption in NNPC. What did they do? They opened up the entire vault of Nigeria. You see that golden goose, the goose, what instead of them waiting and keep kind of nurturing the goose to keep laying the eggs, what did they do? They opened up the goose to go and take the egg from inside. That's exactly what they did with the source of the revenue of Nigeria. 60 to 70% of Nigeria crude oil were lost to thieves that nobody knows. Suddenly, payment for subsidy suddenly skyrocketed to who did you pay the money to? Nobody knows. So this whole thing was so organized that Baba, now that they were done, chai, they finished Nigeria. Again, subsidy was supposed to be a scam, remember? Buhari was supposed to build one refinery every year. Buhari spent 8 years. He met 3 working refineries in Nigeria. He met 3 working refineries, 3. And by the time Buhari left, the entire 3 refineries were gone. They promised refinery of 1 refinery every year, gone. But something also happened. They didn't just gone. Under Buhari, when Ibe Kachuku was his Minister of State, Buhari was Minister of Petrol. Ibe Kachuku in 4 years, on their own account, on their own document, Buhari spent $2.1 billion reviving Nigeria refineries. Not just that, in an effort to say they were also building, they call it modular refineries, blah, 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 blah. On the issue of refineries, Buhari's government spent $11 billion in trying to rejuvenate, refurbish, and they always do every year of Nigeria refineries. Gone, just like that. After Ibeka Chiku, Timi Priesiva came on. Under Timi Priesiva, Baba, under Ibeka Chiku plus Timi Priesiva, that's where they came about the $11 billion. So refineries in Nigeria dead. But under Silva, that one came with one good news. They have invested in Niger Republic, refinery in Niger Republic. That refinery used to produce 20,000 barrels a day. Now, it has been upgraded to 40,000 barrels a day. So Nigeria has invested there. That was one of the success of Buhari. Then they started the sing-song of Dangote refinery. Because of Dangote refinery, they drafted the policy, one kind of document. That document automatically turned Nigeria NNPC, National Oil Carrier, the one in charge of the sale of crude oil, licenses, and everything in Nigeria, suddenly sold to who? We don't know. It is now called NNPLC or something like that, or NPLC. But you know the irony of it all, right? All of the staff of NNPC, they are turned to NPL, LPLC, whatever, they are still being paid by Nigeria. Their salary, all of their big staff, everybody, they are still being paid by Nigeria. Okay? But according to them, they reserved 25% stake for Nigeria in the new NNPLC. What is the job of NNPLC? A private company, public company, turned private company, is still in charge of selling Nigeria crude oil, collecting money for it. That's their job. Government office, public office, private now. Now it's their job to sell. They still do what they do. All right? And they are still in charge of paying marketers. Do you see the scam there? All of this happened under Buhari. So when they now suddenly came and said, oh, NNPLC is investing 30% in Dangote refinery. So that automatically turned Dangote refinery to that newborn, massive giant money laundry avenue for this criminal. Money laundering avenue. They didn't have any plan of building any refinery or Dangote refinery, this or that, on the real, genuine, pure business ethic. No. You all know that Dangote is Nigeria's quota system billionaire. We didn't know. I remember I did tell you, I did say that. I said, for those of you who wanted to know Dangote very well, inside the Central Bank of Nigeria, where you have the central bank governor and all of the central bank exec, inside that same place, Dangote is there as like your unofficial governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Whenever Central Bank of Nigeria, under Emefiole especially, whenever they want to roll out any monetary policy, or they want the custom to do something for them, anything at all, Dangote inside that same building and his team, they would have to view it and vet it if it's not going to affect them. If any of them is going to affect them, it's not going to happen. You will never hear about it. But what I didn't know, I think I did also say that as well, like that as Emefiole have the key to Nigeria Central Bank vaults, so is Dangote. Or maybe that's just an kind of, an ironical whatever of saying it. I don't know. But what I didn't know was that he had so much hold on Nigeria that yesterday, what I told you 2 nights ago, came to light and became confirmed. And their media are now picking it up today that the foreign reserve of Nigeria, that they handed over to Buhari the balance of $34 billion, 33.6 or so billion dollars. The balance in that foreign reserve today is less than $3.7 billion. Where did that money go? Remember, we were asking that 2 days ago, including yesterday. Who collected that money? It's not part of the debt of Nigeria. So let's slow it down a little bit as well before we get to this part. When APC, Egbekegbe, came in 2015, they met the following money. And in fact, the first 3 months of when they came in, some other windfall also kind of happened. And what happened after they left? When APC, Egbekegbe, came in, the debt of Nigeria was kind of put at 7.3 trillion naira. It was, in fact, about 8 billion US dollars at the time. That was the debt of Nigeria. And you know what the exchange rate was at the time? 100 and central bank 160 naira to a dollar. That was the central bank exchange rate. While the black market was hovering around 190, 200 naira to a dollar. So now they met debt, of course. They also met money. In the foreign reserve of Nigeria, there was a balance of $33.6 billion right there. In another account called the excess crude account, there was also a balance of a balance of $7.5 billion. See these two money. Locally, they said Nigeria debt was somewhere around 5 trillion naira. Now, with all of this, all of this debt, as well as the asset they met, by the time Buhari and his gang were done in 8 years, the total debt of Nigeria in dollars is now over $120 billion. You may be asking, what are you talking about? Yes, it is true that somehow, Nigeria debt in naira is now over 90 trillion naira. Do you see that gap? Now, you probably will think, but they invested it in infrastructure now. At least, I have entered the train from Ibadan to Lagos. I have also entered this blah, blah, blah here and there, wherever you probably have been. I have seen the airport. I have seen all the building for train station and all of that. Now, on this record as well, it is also a record that out of all the money they took, and they indeed actually used for some of these projects that you are talking about, all the projects, all of their entire project is now put at 94, less than 94% completion, which means, yeah, they are so close to completion, but the money is gone. Now, they would have to borrow more to fund them or abandon them like they usually do in Nigeria. But that one is like, okay, fine. Okay, that's clear, Abi. Now, what happened to the foreign reserve of Nigeria from 33.7 or so billion and 30 billion is gone? $30 billion of Nigeria from Nigerian foreign reserve is being wiped out right now. So we were asking, how could that happen? Did they just make those withdrawals just like that? They were asking for tranches of money, and they were using Nigeria foreign reserve as a collateral, just to assure the lenders, like, listen, we'll pay you. If we don't pay you, go and take it from our foreign reserve. And they were not telling Nigerians. In 2012, Dangote announced that he was going to build a refinery in Nigeria. And that was very good news. I mean, like everybody would say, oh, that was a good news. And it was very clear at the time, I remember very well, Dangote then announced with some Oyinbo, Pakistanis and the rest of them around him, all those his business partners. And he said how he was going to source for the money. So I remember he said the refinery will have the capacity of refining 600,000 barrels of crude oil every day. And that means the Dangote refinery can fulfill or satisfy the local need to the point that when the refinery come to full production, Nigeria will not only have local consumption, price control. Nigeria would also be able to sell finished products to the neighboring countries. That was so great. But where are you going to see the money? So I remember this very well. Dangote and his guys said they were going to approach the European banks for, hang on, they said the refinery was going to cost $14 billion. I remember, $14 billion. And it was going to take them 5 years completion. So where were you going to see the money? A lot of us said that, now Nigeria could give them the money. They called us enemy of Nigeria. Why are you this pessimistic? Why are you always so negative? We can see the scam. It's now you that they do abracadabra for. And then you begin to wonder, how did that happen? Why are they always like this? God go punish them. No. You will have to rise up and punish them someday. Or maybe you need more reason why. He said he was going to borrow 3.5 billion euros. In fact, this European partner said they were going to give him 3.5 billion euros. Dangote himself said the Dangote subsidiary and Dangote whatever, they are going to provide $2 billion. Okay? And then he said he was going to make it public and sell the shares to everybody so that he can raise money from the public. So all of you who are interested, you can buy the shares and he can raise that money. And he will get the money that he needed. In fact, I remember they did this same, I won't say fundraiser, or something about Dangote shares in that same year or that particular period, all over London, all over abroad. They're asking people to come and buy shares, Dangote refinery. This was supposed to be the clean way. Then something happened. They shifted it. Then, by 2017, 2018, they now said, oh, now they are ready. Finally, they are ready. So we didn't hear about the Europeans. We didn't hear about the bond. We didn't hear about anywhere they make any money from anymore. So the next thing, this Dangote refinery became Buhari APC, Egbekegbe's project in their NNPC. So they started writing policy. We are going to sell off NNPC by 2019, okay? We'll sell it off. So that by that, we can divert our money, all the stolen crude oil money. We can divert them and give some of them to Dangote, even though it may not be enough. Hey, hang on. Call Emefiole. Call him. He must be able to do something. When they called Emefiole, Nigeria was already underwater. Nigerians were already drowning. Economy was already kind of in doldrum. Buhari was nowhere to be found. Are you with me? Then, fast forward to 2020. Coronavirus delay. 2021. Coronavirus. 2022. Oh, Dangote refinery is going to be ready in September 2022. No. It's going to be ready in December 2022. Oh, no. It's going to be launched by President Buhari in February 2023. Oh, no. We have shifted it again. April 2023. Oh, finally. Hang on. We are going to open it on May 27, 2023. That's the final one. But you know something? On the day that they were doing the launching of Dangote refineries, that was when the Emefiole said Dangote refinery was going to stand as a legacy of Buhari, because it is not just about refining crude oil and giving it to Nigerians. It is more about strengthening the naira, because Dangote refinery will be sold Nigeria crude oil in naira. Remember the quota system, billionaire. So questions were like, what are you talking about? If a barrel of crude oil is $80 per barrel, so is Dangote going to pay the equivalent of $80 based on the exchange rate for each barrel? What is the arrangement? They said, no. They have to subsidize it for him. Then on the day of that launching, they now said, everybody looking for Dangote refinery to come and sell cheap oil, they can continue to wait because Dangote is not a charity. Okay, if I say reality don't the setting, but is the refinery ready? Yes, it's going to ready in July, by July. So why are you now kind of opening it now? Why is everybody everywhere from all over the place launching the biggest refinery in the world when it is not ready until July, 2 months later? No. It's just because it's legacy project. It's ready. They're just doing final touches. But it's not ready. It's nowhere ready. Now it's very ready. So Emefiole now drop the bombshell. Dangote has paid back. Hang on, no. Dangote refinery is, because of inflation, Dangote refinery is now worth $22 billion in Nigeria economy. Do you see how they celebrated that? It's $22 billion investment. 22 billion. Hang on. And Nigeria economy, when APC, Egbekegbe came in, was over 500 billion economy. But today, Nigeria economy is rebased to be somewhere around 280 billion economy. It crashed by half. Are you following that? Thank you so much, Jare. Baba. 5 billion economy crashed down to half in 8 years. Sorry, give me a sec. Something pop up there. Don't go anywhere. Sorry for that little distraction, okay? I could only quickly just undo something that popped up, as I am always multitasking here. You know that, right? Anyway, so they started pontificating, glorifying how big 22 billion is for Nigeria. Look at this. It's going to turn around. It's going blah, 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 anyway. Then Emefiole said, the refinery that is yet to refine 1 teaspoonful of crude oil has paid back 70% of the loan. Hold up. It's like, hold up. Emefiole, hang on. What loan are you talking about? You know, people like us have already told you that they are the people who are funding Dangote refinery because, number one, it is not really profitable except you have somebody who is going to help you bear any kind of losses. And for people like Dangote, it's only Nigeria that can have to bear the cost and the loss. What Nigerians didn't know was that the corruption was so deep that because of Dangote, they wiped out $30 billion from Nigerian foreign reserve. Dangote had no money to build any refinery because of Buhari's evil government too. As much as Dangote is a quota system billionaire, there was a time that after COVID, even Nigeria couldn't save him. Half of his wealth was wiped out because of that. I don't know if you know that time. Yeah, sometimes in 2021, 2020, half of Dangote's money, billions, He had no money to build any refinery. There was no one anywhere in the part of this world ready to give any money for any refinery. Trust me, it wasn't profitable for them. Except if Nigeria was ready to bear the costs and the loss, and they hide it from Nigerians, the organized crime. So what happened? We didn't know where they got money. We didn't know how much Nigeria borrowed him. But you know something? 30 billion US dollars from Nigerian foreign reserve has been wiped off because Buhari authorized Emefiole to use Nigerian foreign reserve as a collateral for free cash from American banks. Now, the American banks have realized that this money, this particular money given to Nigeria, was given to them under a different borrow arrangement as usual. The one that you go there, you borrow 1 billion, you borrow 2 billion. No, this one is like under the desk deal. Central bank of a country talking to the biggest banks in America and telling them we need serious forex backup. We are suffering from our economy will crash if we don't have it, and World Bank will not let us just withdraw this money. So they didn't just go to World Bank and withdraw them, but just go there and withdraw the money and give it to Dangote. Dangote Yagba, $20 billion. Go and build refinery. That one wouldn't have, that one would be so kind of clear and glaring. So they didn't do that because they also need to make money from it. Sure you get. Buhari and his gang, they needed to make money from it. What did they do? They went to JP Morgan. Chase Abi made JP Morgan. They went to Goldman Sachs in America and they asked them to help them mop up cash. Now cash, they mop up $30 billion cash for these criminals in Nigeria. Probably put it on a plane, and flew it down to Nigeria. And when it got to Nigeria, they said, oh yeah, take Dangote. Despite the money, Dangote refinery is not even 50% completed. It's not even close to 50% completion. So those who gave them the under the desk money, now them can't raise alarm now. That listen, this one is different from all your other loans. No. Other loans are like, you arrange that one that, no. This one is now cash. Now cash we gave to your country. We gave your country cash because they gave us the login detail to your foreign reserve. So all we need to do right now is just to use the login detail and withdraw our money. And the interest, that's all. We don't have any business with any, whatever happened to your country, whatever happened to your economy, whatever they tell you. All we can do is just take our 30 billion and leave you with the 3.7 billion. And Tinubu is walking about like it is nothing. A lot of you are being told they want to lift you 133 million of you out of poverty. With what? Shena with rope, they go lift you out of the poverty. When their own scam of lifting you out of that poverty is not different from the scam pulled by Buhari. And what was the scam? Give you money, give you food. The poor Nigerians, the poor this and that. Is that not what they give to you? Unfortunately, in this their own ongoing scam. Number one, you would expect them to explain what happened to that money. Is it still fake news? So you now know what they did from what has just come to light now, is that they said out of that money that they gave to Buhari, JP Morgan said, the money we gave to Buhari, there was a time that they were in part of the evidence they gave to us to collect that cash was that they wanted to sell the dollar to Dangote. So what they finally discovered was that Nigeria lost over 60% of the value of the money they gave to them when they exchanged it for Dangote. Let me explain that. in one of their trips to America to use Nigeria as collateral for Dangote. Part of the document they kind of tendered there said they needed $3.4 billion. They didn't want to go and withdraw it from the Nigerian Foreign Reserve. So they went to this lender in America and said, listen, we need $3.4 billion. Now, this is why we need the money, okay? Because we are building the biggest refinery in Nigeria. And Nigerian government is investing in this refinery. So we want to provide the forex needed for this firm, Dangote. And they're like, okay, tell us how this is going to work out. By the time they work the whole thing out, the American part, they work out what their interest would be for giving them that money. When it was the turn of Nigeria, it was like, don't worry, we know how to do it. That's what we are going to do. Now, what they discovered was that since that was what they said they want to use the money for, so here is the deal. At the time, when they took the money from JP Morgan, Naira to dollar was around 600 Naira to a dollar. That was the exchange rate value then. So when they gave them the 3.4 billion, guess how much Central Bank of Nigeria sold the dollar to Dangote? Guess. Any ridiculous number that comes to your mind, just say it. Anything. Because I have seen where they gave on their Form M, I've been a Form A, that form that you are going to fill if you need forex from central bank. I have seen where these rogues, when they are doing their round tripping, when they are exchanging the Naira to a dollar in Nigeria for, let's see, for around 350 Naira to a dollar. These guys were exchanging it for 11 Naira to a dollar. Yes, it happened. Evidence did that time. So tell me, what's that ridiculous number? From 600 Naira to what for Dangote? I'll tell you. Well, 150, 350, 250. You try. But here is the point. Central Bank of Nigeria sold it to Dangote for 102 Naira to a dollar when the exchange rate was over 600 Naira. So JP Morgan discovered that. But it wasn't just sold to Dangote for 102 Naira. There was some other scheme behind that, which means instead of giving Dangote 3.4 billion, they had to make their own cut out of that 3.4 billion and they gave the rest to Dangote. So it was a deal of, we know say you no go pay, no worry, just take them. Something like that, like just take them. But they let there be record that this money was paid to you as far back as, can you imagine this? So they backdated it. That 3.4 billion they collected around 2020, 2021. They backdated it back as far back as 2015. Now, JP Morgan discovered that, oh, that's why this whole thing became public. Oh. Like, listen, Nigerians, you don't get money anywhere. Oh. Your criminal leaders, whatever they did with your money, well, here it is. We're going to get our own without having to join those who are going to be trying to forgive your debt in the future. This was the scam. And this was how 3.4 billion US dollars. It wasn't loaned to Dangote. It was sold to him, which means Dangote needed dollars. Central Bank provided the dollars. Dangote provided the equivalent Naira. The deal was done. It wasn't a loan. Do you understand the difference? So when Emefiole said at Dangote's launch, the refinery, that Dangote has paid back 70% of the loan they gave to him, was he talking about the loan, the money they took and used Nigeria Foreign Reserve as collateral? So many questions, Abi. Maybe that should continue to read there on your mind. I won't make a fresh tea. Don't go anywhere. This is just like a part A of it. 1 second. Thank you. And that's just the surface of it. I mean, of the whole thing. Because at the end of the day, for the sake of national security, Nigeria didn't just lose out in rebuilding their refineries to at least show the sign that there are actual efforts in reducing the sufferings of Nigerians whose only benefit, as many people say, is this reduced petrol price, which, if it is as what it is right now, has now affected almost everything, every part of their life. Today. So that could have shown some sign of at least they are doing something now. In one of the scams, ladies and gentlemen, there is a place called Kaduna Refinery. Do you know that the refinery they build in Kaduna? Man, these people need Nigeria. Honestly, if you know, if you understand, I'm going on. At that refinery in Kaduna, there is no single refining thing, anything at all happening there. But to run the refinery, it was costing Nigeria over 200 billion naira, where they have less than 140 people as staff of Kaduna Refinery. They have nothing to do with refining anything. They are there, Kaduna Refinery. And of course, now, you know, it's just like job for the boys. And just same way everywhere. Tinubu has appointed himself as a minister of Petroleum. He has created another ministry, and he call it Ministry of Gas Resources. So he has made himself the minister of Ministry of Gas Resources, Minister of Gas Resources. Then he appointed the two stooges as Minister of State. They are like the junior ministers in that ministry. So which simply means the scam continues and the suffering continues. When Obasanjo came in 1999, the foreign reserve of Nigeria, the one they could account for, was less than $4 billion. That was the worst of the military. 8 years after Buhari, they didn't just deplete the resources, the vault. They didn't just run into indebtedness and poverty. They also destroyed the source of revenue of Nigeria. And they continue to do so even right now. So if they tell you they want to lift 100 million out of poverty, what's the magic? Because right now, it is exactly what Buhari did that they are doing right now. NNPC, a private company, supposed private company, is now the one that went to go and borrow $3 billion for Nigeria. Remember, under Emefiole and Buhari, they went to America. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs, under Tinubu in 2 months, the private company NNPC just went to somewhere in Africa. They call it Afri-Exim, Afri-Exim, Africa Export-Import Bank, to go and collect cash like Emefiole did, collected cash and used the foreign reserve as collateral. Tinubu and his NNPC, they have now gone to Afri-Exim Bank to go and collect $3 billion cash, and they are using Nigeria crude oil as collateral. Nobody knows how much crude oil will be paid for this. Nobody knows how long this crude oil is going to be taken. Nobody knows who are those who are going to be taking the crude oil. under what arrangement and from where. But these guys have collected the cash already. Yeah, they've started spending the cash. Because according to them, the oil marketers in Nigeria can now come and collect and come and buy cheap dollars. So once they buy cheap dollars, then they will bring in cheap oil. That is the subsidy. So what Buhari did, they are already doing it. If you change the money that they've already taken, break them down one by one. The one they collected to give you food, rice. The same one they collected and shared, and they were going to give you money, 10,000, 12,000. They are all borrowed. The one they are trying to use to stop the further destruction of Naira, they were all borrowed. Put them together in dollars, ladies and gentlemen. In 3 months of Tinubu and gang, they have already borrowed over $4 billion. It will break it into pieces and check it into Naira. In 3 months, these criminals have already taken nearly 3 trillion Naira gbese. 3 trillion already. We don't even know. I mean, they said they saved 1 trillion naira. Ask them, where's the 1 trillion naira they saved from subsidy? Because see 1 trillion naira. Remember, a whole page inside the Tinubu's manifesto where he glorified and he repeatedly told you, if there is no money, print more money. Now, I just heard that one today, whether true or lie, and in fact, I'm going to say, I want to believe it. Part of the economic program of Tinubunomics, Shetigbo, only one penny, remove 40 and print more money. What does that mean? Redenomination of Nigeria money. Yeah, you heard that right. But make I explain them to you very well. Since $1 naira, it's dollar to Naira has now gone up to over 900 naira to $1. And they just borrowed $3 billion to slow it down and pretend that dollar a day, everything is going to, no. Once they spend the $3 billion in a month or so, the whole journey will continue. Now will continue his journey to Somalia. I don't know the Somalia currency today, but me only paro from Yami. You are straight to Ghana, TNE. Or you probably will feel better if I say Ghana. But let me explain it to you. It will get to a stage where with the whole thing, where the whole thing is going, it will get to a stage whereby $1 to Naira in Nigeria will be like 2,000 Naira to $1, 3,000 Naira to £1 sterling. They know it's going to get there with all this latest discovery. They know it's going to get there. They are now kind of contemplating of redenominating Nigeria currency. Kolu is going to tell you that soon. What 5 naira no get value anymore? Abishoshi ne value. 1 naira no get. 5 naira no get. 10 naira no get. The 20 naira no get any value anymore. They have been told that a sachet of pure water in Nigeria right now is about 20 naira per sachet. The same sachet pure water around 5 naira. Meta 10 naira. Anyway, things have changed, Abi. Which means 100 naira is the new 10 naira. Abi? 1,000 naira is the new 100 naira. Abi? 10,000 naira is the new 1,000 naira. If you give somebody 100,000 naira, is the new 10,000 naira. All this reality settling means that things are going to Onibiton law, and I believe Somalia Somalia is closer. On the road to Somalia, governless place. Somebody says Zimbabwe, maybe. To have the time with Zimbabwe or to avoid Zimbabwe, they will give you a Ghanaian treatment. What did they do in Ghana when Ghanaians started experiencing this kind of thing? You know what they did? They cut off, they printed, they have to print a 10,000 naira notes. They have to print 20,000 naira notes. So as for you to be able to buy bread, you need 10,000 naira, 10,000 CDs. You need 20,000 CDs. You want to buy packet of cigar, you need 50,000 CDs. Kind of like that. To save themselves out of that embarrassment, you know what they did? They cut off 4 zeros. Which simply make it look like, when you cut off 4 zeros, it make it look like it's 20 naira. 20,000 CDs, 20 naira. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's lighter. But there's something they won't tell you. Remember that if you want to, if you are buying this, I don't know what to use for you, but okay, I'll use something else. Let's say you are buying a bag of rice. That's too big. That's too much. Anything smaller. Let's say you are buying, a 5 kg rice. For example, right? For example, you are buying a 5 kg rice for, let's say, 10,000 naira. All right? No, that's too much. 5 kg times, no, okay. 5,000 naira, 5 kg rice, okay? That's the value. So you can count 10, 500 naira to buy that 5 kg. Or you can count 1,000 naira to buy that 5 kg. Now imagine if that 5 kg rice is not 5,000 naira, it is 50,000 naira. For example, sure you get it will be like, this 5 kg, 50,000 naira. This country has gone bad though. Now when they cut out 30 and that 5 kg is now 50 naira. Shebi to you now 50 naira you dey pay, but you know that you just cut 30 out, Abi. This is the other thing that will happen. Remember, it is still that your 5,000 naira reduced to 50 naira. It is still that same 5,000 kg bag that you are paying 50 naira for. Suddenly, that 5 kg rice will not be 50 naira anymore. It will be maybe 70 naira or 100 naira. Shebi, you know that 100 naira will sound like, oh, how much is 100 naira? Oh, it's 100 naira. But what just happened to you there is that if they left your 5,000 naira, if they left your note without removing any zero, Abi, you know that there is no how bad that 5,000 naira kg rice will suddenly jump to 10,000 naira and you will scream. Imagine that your bottled water, which you buy for, let's say, 200 naira per bottle, okay? You know that it's not possible for that 200 naira bottle to suddenly change to 400 naira, like just like that overnight, without you having to say, at least you should get to 250 first, 300, 350, 400. Well, how can it just jump? That's what will happen to when they remove the zero. They are contemplating it. It is called Tinubunomics. Some of you will think that you are really, really strong. Baba, when you are strong, and now you go no say all the pictures of people you are seeing in Zimbabwe using wheelbarrow to push and go and buy what have you. Before you know it, you will see yourselves in that state. So what will end up, what everything will end up as they will continue, because I am 100% sure they will continue. They're not going to stop. The only thing that can save Nigeria from that pit that APC have already dug for everyone is that if these guys suddenly just resign, all of them, PDP, APC, every one of them, local government chairman, they just resign and then march straight to the nearest barracks or police station and report themselves to be arrested. Because by so doing, 80% of the speedometer at which Nigeria is accelerating to self-destruction by these greedy criminals, Baba, it can reduce by 80%, at least 80%. It has to stop like everywhere, like all the places. From northern Nigeria to eastern Nigeria to western Nigeria to everywhere. They have to like kind of resign, all of them, and report themselves to the nearest barracks for summary detention until proven innocent. They are all guilty until proven innocent. So by so doing, it will just be like a train that is like a train wreck. That is just like, it will just be like a miracle, and it will slow down. It's impossible, Abi. Yeah, now I know it's impossible. So when I now told you that FAQ, so why are you telling me that don't talk like that, Mayegun? Let us pray for what is allegiance? Let us pray for. Do I look like Kiloting based to uni? I look like one of your, what do you call it? Overseer, it's a common sense thing. It just has to stop. But you know, it won't stop until you stop them. They will make you stop them. When somebody said that all we do is talk, I say, oh, it's not talk. See, good information is like food to the soul. People have it's not that they don't feel like challenging these guys. But a lot of them are not convinced that if they want it better, it is solely on them. It is their action that will put an end to this and will make sure it never repeats itself. But how? Until when everybody realizes that you are connected to them by religion, connected to them by tribe, you are connected to them by whatever you think you are connected to them with, right? None of these things matter. You are a victim of their greed, okay? And you are just awaiting disaster too. It will touch everybody. Not everybody go touch, including me. When they talk to you, it go touch me too. Do you know the difference of how we are going to feel? I am always aware that it go touch me. So I'm kind of always aware how this thing go touch me. So what have I done? I did my best to see that I put on all this padded there, cushion this thing. So that anywhere where Nigeria won't touch me, I they try the get cushion. Nobody I know they feel am. Say, bah, hello, Borashe. Well, there's a problem now. Grandma don't swallow peslo. Ha! If she cannot sleep, she cannot stand. Kilo de, I say, it's not just that. Grandpa take me remote to me. Grandpa don't swallow remote control. What is the solution that we want to go and do scan? We want to go and do test. We want to go and seek back police report. We want to go and this and that. Before you know it, wherever you put somewhere, 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 500 pounds, don't go. You don't borrow money. So it's just that because we know that is what Nigeria is without expecting anything from these criminals, a lot of us have had a way to cushion, to put a padded, this unused bed when you want to throw away your mattress, right? And then you decide to cut out the foam. That's exactly what we have done. But we still feel it. It go touch everybody. There's somebody that do and they come up. What? A lot of you currently, if you look at the mirror, you will see how much of the bruises that this their economic gangsterism, rascality has brought upon Nigeria. They are not honest people. So they need to cut it down, begin to save and rebuild, which is not their own doing. Everybody wants chop their own. See, everywhere. Some of them were prostrating for Kolu. About Kolu, God bless you. Lifetime opportunity. I will never disappoint you, sir. God bless you for giving me this platform. President Kolu, good evening, ma. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Because they know, unfortunately, that woman that was speaking in tongue the other day, hey, baby, they drop him. She no make him. Because they all knew that it's going to be their own opportunity. Dele Alakori publicly said, I choose mineral resources because of my connection to Asiwaju Tinubu. This is what you have. These are the people that are telling you they are going to this, they're going to that. So one of these days, you're going to get tired. They are lying to you. So sometimes, like, they don't even have to lie to you anymore. You are lying to yourselves. So that's what I do on Mayegun's Diary Political, to remind you that it doesn't matter where you belong. If you look at the consequences of what these guys have done, the right thing to do is indeed, if they actually want to serve you, is to come clean. So how many of you are going to be upset if tomorrow, if they say, oh yeah, sheke, lo what Buhari, would you feel better? Maybe not, maybe yes. But some people are already saying, now only when Buhari die, Now then everybody go see say Abacha loot. It go be like say they play for the side of that of Buhari. $30 billion from foreign reserve, bege. 7 billion inside the excess crude account, bongon. 700,000 barrel of crude oil every day for 7 years, over 300 billion US dollars, bagang. Baba, Nigeria is in debt of over 100 billion US dollars. Generations will never have access to education in Nigeria. Generations will never have access to better healthcare in Nigeria. I'm saying this because that's exactly what the future that Buhari left for you. So anybody who really want to serve you, anyone, I know, nobody say Tinubu one or whatever you be issue now. Sure you get. But if Tinubu na human being, a person, baba, he go come out and confess to every one of you and say, oh, anywhere where you see Buhari, beat him. You don't understand. Anywhere where you see Buhari, make you hold am. But they are everywhere where they are saying that Buhari's legacy. You see Oshmomi on the left, and the Oshpapa, the lifeless may God, Buhari. The one on the left, that one is the Shadia. Shadia, that was just Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, the one that is sharing money, that was sharing money. She world record though. This woman shared 500 billion naira to 10 million people, according to her, in 24 hours without using banks, by giving it to them in cash at hand. She did. All right? Now, you see that Buhari, the lifeless may God, that is the guy that approved the stealing of 30 billion US dollars from Nigerian foreign reserve. So, these were the two of them telling Nigerians in London then that they will lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 4 years. At the end of the day, it was a cash out for them, a big cash out. Instead of them lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, let me give you a bit of a slow kind of bro back there a bit. We'll slow down a bit on that information. When APC, Egbek came in, listen to this one, oh. Facts don't lie, oh. They said the poverty, the poor people in Nigeria was put at 80 million or 87 million. 87 million. And when they say poor, it was like the regular Nigeria poverty. Okay? And out of school children was put at 2 million out of school children at the time. It was a campaign. In fact, this was a campaign buzzword at the time. How can 2 million children be out of school in this Nigeria? And some of the Jonathan people, they have their own children living better life. This is evil. This is so evil. Jonathan, they built Alimajiri schools then, oh. You know those Alimajiri then, right? Jonathan was building schools for them across northern Nigeria. In a nutshell, out of 19 states in northern Nigeria, Jonathan built Alimajiri schools in 11 states. Out of those 11 states, right, when you combine the total number of schools built by Goodluck Jonathan for them in northern Nigeria, basically for Alimajiri school, 180 schools across 11 states in northern Nigeria. That was what Jonathan did then, right? But they were actually angry with him. They said they wanted to use the school to teach their children Western education. Even though Alimajiri school back then was the mixture of a Western education, Quranic education, so that they can combine both and be able to exist in the modern world. Sure you get? So that they can be able to actually like exist and cope. That was the plan. Oh. But 2 million were still out of school. Kano alone, at the time, Kano alone have over 500,000 out of school children. Kano alone. This was 2014, 2015. Oh. Okay? So the campaign was then 2 million out of school. Over 2 million people in IDP camp. Boko Haram, IDP camp. The campaign was then 2 million out of Kiniko. 87 million people living in poverty. What kind of country are we building? Jonathan will finish this country. Half of the country is going to be overrun by the Boko Haram. We need security. We need to fight corruption. Thieves, jihadists, terrorists, they were promising people to fight corruption, to fight terrorism. Me o gbori laye mi. It can't be like saying now only few of us can't dey mad. Say, what did they do these people? You they see naked man. They tell you, say, in go buy you this, buy you that, and kill you like this and that. And you are standing there, you they blush. I remember how everything is like yesterday now. Somebody where they naked. They tell you that, look at what you are wearing. I can kit you up. I'll get you babanize. I'll get you babanize this. I'll get you mamanize this and that. And you are there blushing. Thieves were telling you that they will fight corruption. Jihadists were telling you that they will fight terrorism. The lifeless, brainless, breeding money queen, Buhari, the one that wrecked Nigeria 30 years ago, was telling you that Pastor Ruga was coming to come and fight spiritual. Like, and you are there blushing. God bless us, the mad. You are enemy of Nigeria, Mayegu. Let me tell you something. Look at all of these good people who want to blah, 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 blah. 2 million people, IDP camp. 2 million children out of school. 87 million poor people. Baba go to 3 months. Along. You know reach 3 months. When the body language don't they turn to body odor. By the time you reach 6 months, almost everywhere don't they smell. People don't they feel like someone should not say one chance we enter so. Almost should not say we don't misbuy like this. I say, it's too early. It's too early. Give him time. Give him time. Before you know it, ladies and gentlemen, over 20 million school children are now out of school. Lagos State alone, Lagos, inside Lagos, they have over 1.2 million children who are supposed to be in school. They are doing, inside the hold up, they are selling things. They are begging here and there. 1.2 million or more. Carry all of them. You go need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At there, you go need like a 6 Maracana Stadium in Brazil, the biggest stadium in the world. You go need like 8 Maracana Stadium to put that 1.2 million children in Lagos alone. Kano State, what if they're not to move forward? Inside Kano alone, they have over 2 million out of school children doing alimajiri. The rest, 20 million, everywhere now. Every state now have out of school children. Horrible, like, under these criminals. From 87 million poor Nigerians, ladies and gentlemen, we are now talking about 151 million multi-dimensional. This time around anyway, they will have to find another name. Because under Buhari, 133 million Nigerians were living in multi-dimensional poverty. You know what is multi-dimensional? Do you know it? You don't know it? Me too. It's only when I started kind of, doing my, what do you call it? My one-on-one, where we say, you're going to do your me time. I got to wonder, what is multi-dimensional? Multi is something that is more. Dimensional. Dimensional is like something we go like this. Straight. Dimensional all angle. Poverty. Yes, serious then. It's like the kind of poverty that even you where they work, we get job. You go on to live like say you are poor. No, not like say you are poor. You go on to live poorly. Like very poor. Say, egbamike. Everything they are doing to you, they are trying to destroy. I know that they did it to one of my uncle. Suddenly like this, my uncle is walking. He can no longer. Look around you. See, go outside and touch the grass right now. Go and check it. In reality, multi-dimensional care. People started, you see, people who are going to work, listen to this. The multi-dimensional poverty, that's what I'm explaining to you. And a lot of you who have a chance of watching me today, maybe outside Nigeria right now, when you manage to japa, you are nodding your head where you are sitting down as, this my understand baje. Mo understand baje. You know why? Some of you were walking and it got to a stage that there are some streets they pass again. Why? You are owing them there. That woman don't know you. Because you told them when you get paid, you're going to see them. Now you haven't paid her. The other one at the back of your house, you are avoiding her too. So when you get paid, in order for you to be able to go to work, you pay the one in front of your house. So that one will not know, say you pay. Because right now, you have to kind of trek halfway to your workplace before you finally hump on Okada. You can't even that kind of jump on the single Okada yourself. You decrease, big man. You have to share with others, people you don't know, because you are going to the same place. Now, a lot of you are coping that way, but you got job. You are still wearing your suit. You are still putting on the tie. You are still telling everybody at home and say, I'll see you later tonight. It's like, okay, good luck, Daddy Okwe. Daddy Nkechi. All the best. So I pray that God will help you today and all of that. While you are leaving the house, you are thinking about your life. That how am I going to do this for goodness sake? What kind of life is this for goodness sake? You are thinking about your life, and that's it every day. Every day. Multi-dimensional poverty. People were living in debt. A lot were covering up and covering up and covering up. Some people were covering up their businesses that were like collapsing and collapsing gradually and gradually until everything is gone. No joye, majority of you can say, if I tell you to start counting people where Nigeria happened to, where you know, big guys, normal people, where they do normally before, normal. And you know them around now, then you know pure again. If I say start counting them, you can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My ego right. I remember when you know what I mean? Multi-dimensional poverty, you go like this, go like this, go like this. Under Buhari, they didn't explain it to you. They were doing all the horrible things that could have blocked so many things that led people to poverty, loss of jobs. Some people it got so bad for some people that they started having mental health problems. They couldn't get help because who's going to pay for it? Who's going to even tell them to go get help? Frustrated. Nigeria is frustrating me. Oh, Baba. A lot of people have become so depressed, but they still have to put up appearances. Of course, they still have to pretend everything is fine. Oh, yeah. I know every Sunday they still dance, they still sing in church, but when it is them, so a lot of things happen to a lot of people, even without them touching you or doing, multi-dimensional poverty. So they say, we're going to lift 100 million of you out of poverty. So we're going to give you 10,000 naira trader money. Horrible people. Now they are back. Betta Edu just said that they are going to, you see her, she said they are going to lift 133 million Nigerians out of poverty. There are so many people that never believed that they will find themselves in this current financial, economic ruin that they found themselves. Not because they are not hardworking, not because of the sins of anybody's father or forefathers. A lot of Nigerians fell into poverty because of their own failing health. I've said this many times. A lot of us living abroad, we would probably be very poor too, by standard, if we had people like those who are in charge of Nigeria running these places. Imagine, after paying all my taxes and the rest of them, right? Paying all my bills possibly, but I can't use the electricity. I have to have an electricity generator that I have to fuel in case when they take the light. My business will have to run on electricity and generator. So after I make that money, the government will tax me and take part of the money from me to provide social amenities for myself and my families, like good roads, good hospitals, schools for my children, safe communities for my children, for myself and my family. Abi, as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. So when I fulfill my own citizenship obligation, I also expect them to do theirs, so that in the long run, I will not begin to, for example, if my children need serious medical care, I don't have to go and steal money. I don't have to go and beg anybody. All I have to do is to call the working healthcare system to come and take care of my family for me, because I have paid my dues. It's their turn. It is like that. Civic duty is called. So imagine if I have to go and look for 1,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds to pay for an operation for my family. Go and look for 10,000 pounds, or even go and start spending over 5,000 pounds to maintain my own serious health condition. If I want to stay alive, would I still have any money to say I am living an average life at all? A lot of us won't. But these places have provided all of this for categories of citizens. And if you are so blessed that you don't prefer to use any public institutions or facilities, there are others there for your own type, okay? But the one that is general for the entire public is so standard enough that I am willing and happy to continue to pay my own taxes for these whole services. Do you understand that? In Nigeria, people struggle to build their own homes. They struggle to build their own water system. They build their own electricity supply. They build their own security. After all of that, from their businesses, government still take money from them. From the homes they built, government still tax them, called tenement rate. From the borehole they drill, government still tax them for drilling water that they use, right? Above it all, despite all this money they take from them, they still have to provide for their own children education. If you want your children to have at least a sort of reliable, dependable education to some extent, you have to provide for that, all right? If by any member of your family should require serious medical attention or medical, treatment or what have you, you would have to cough out the money by yourself to provide that same health care for your family. You have to buy it. So tell me, what exactly is the role of a government in your life? Just to take the money from you, take whatever they can take from you, buy themselves expensive cars, expensive bulletproof automobiles, marry many wives as much as they want, build houses wherever they want, travel abroad and buy themselves private jets as they want? Is that what you think the money is meant for? And do you now see why a lot of you are not really far from that poverty? To maintain that standard whereby you will never find yourself in the front of the general hospital begging people for money so that you can pay for your mom's medical bill inside the hospital. Now, you don't have to go inside buses, okay, to go and beg people for money so that you can feed that your relative that is lying there unattended to in the general hospital, public hospital. To avoid all of that for yourself, what do? You will do anything, including every illegal thing you can do. Isn't that what Nigeria is? People want to fight and battle poverty. It got so bad that they are so scared of poverty in Nigeria. Not just Nigeria, almost everywhere anyway. They are so scared of poverty, right? They steal more than what they even need. They steal more than what is actually so useful to the society. And you ask yourself, what does anybody need 100 billion naira for in his bank account? The money he didn't make from any legitimate business. Just money stolen from public purse. Put it in your own private account. Stolen from public purse. Put them in your private account. $1 billion, $5 billion, and all these billion. What are they doing with them? Some of them have hundreds of houses, home and abroad. Listen to me, like, is that not the fear of poverty? Is it not the fear of, I don't want to be poor? I don't want to be poor. But the rest of Nigerians are falling into the poverty day by day, Many of them because of the because of their health problems. And anybody can fall sick. I can fall sick and die. That's why I keep telling all the young people, don't let any older people tell you that if you want to live old, if you want to grow old, you have to respect them when they are disrespecting you, when they are ruining and destroying what should be your own future. And they are telling you that if you want to grow old, keep your mouth shut. Don't kind of live your life like that. Don't die without living. A lot of people have died without even living at all. They live in fear of, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to this or that. But look at them frittering away, mortgaging everything that could have made life meaningful to all of you, young people. Because what will kill you can happen anytime. We have seen where young people have diabetics. We have seen where young people have serious medical conditions that are, that are perfectly maintained, and they live their normal life like normally, like every normal person. Not in Nigeria. Once it happens to you, and there is no, you start selling whatever you have. You start disposing everything that matters to you because you want to save the life of somebody you love, Abi. And before you know it, you have nothing left to sell. And what about the ailment? What about the sickness? It is still very much there. Now you are poor. The sickness is still there. You have lost everything you have. There is nobody, there's no safety basket or safety net for you as a Nigerian, despite the fact that some of you have paid taxes all your lives. This is what keeps people poor. Okay? That is why when you look at your relatives, family members who are living abroad, they no longer pray for major things that you still pray for, because they're no longer desperate to be billionaires anymore. They don't want to be billionaires. They don't want to be, you know what I mean? They now understand what life means, that life means more living than being that billion because of the poverty mentality. Ask your relatives abroad if you haven't been there before yourself. How did you, I'm talking to you right now. Ahmed, I know you are currently not in the US, okay? Ahmed, let's talk one-on-one, man to man. Was there no time in your life that you wish that you are going to grow up and you're going to be a rich man, you're going to take care of your family, you're going to be this or that? We all had that dream. We saw people around us that suddenly, once they get political this, or once they join this or that, and before you know, they are suddenly rich. And then you are like, oh, I'm looking for one day I'm going to be rich. Now you are living abroad. What are you caring about now? The normal standard of living, where you can what? Oh, I'm going to get a mortgage. Oh, I need that. That's where I'm going to live. Oh, then I'm going to put so away for so Abi. Nobody is now so desperate to be millionaires, billionaires anymore. Everybody just want to live life moderately, peacefully, progressively. And if the million comes, fine. If the billions come, fine. Nobody is so desperate anymore once they leave that contraption. You see? Because they don't have to worry about having kidney problem, having a diabetic problem, breaking their back, or having these health problems or that problem. If it go lead to death, they will know that they have opportunity of being treated. They did their best to save me, but they just couldn't anymore. So I'm going to die. That's it. Right? But in Nigeria, before you die at all, they don't pity you. They will watch you sell everything you have. At the end of the day, everything is gone, but the sickness is still there. And before you know it, people start telling you the story. I used to be very rich. Kilo happen since ìjà ni. Ọlọ́mọ ọmọ mi ò ní rí ìjà ayé. Ìjà ayé sà, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Obìnrin ni. Ìjà obìnrin ni. Kí ló happen sà? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? What happened to you? My son, be careful of women, oh. Be very, very, very careful of a woman. Sir, what happened? You used to be rich, you said. My brother, my son, I used to have cars. Musicians used to praise me. They always sing my praise everywhere. I said, what happened? So I decided to marry this beautiful, very beautiful young woman. They want me not to marry her. And before you know it, something happened to me. I had an accident. Oh my God, what happened? My brother, I had an accident. I cannot walk. I cannot stand up. I cannot do anything. I was on my back. It was this woman. Which woman? Your new wife. She belonged to this Ogbanje group. She donated me there that they should take my life. Only God saved me, my brother, my son. Be careful of women. What happened, sir? So I couldn't stand. We started from one hospital to another. You know, I had money. So we started selling my properties. So at some point, one doctor advised us that, hey, this thing is not medical. This thing are village people. I know a place in Ogbagu, or I know a place for Ijebu. They go do am. So we went there. That's where they told me the story of how this woman is so evil. She killed two of my children. My children who are never sick. Oh, suddenly they started falling sick. I spent money, and they die. So this woman wanted to kill me and finish me. So it was from that place we started selling my properties. We started selling everything. We started praying. We started praying, my brother. We started praying. Before you know it, this woman just pack everything, and she just left me. Really? She left you? Yes. She just packed and left. That was the moment I started receiving my healing. My brother, sir, I'm your son, sir. Sorry, my son. That's the moment. But the deed was done. I've already sold everything. Now you can walk very well, sir. Yeah, that's why I've been doing taxi. From Olu to Enugu. That's why they walk now. From Ile-Ife to Iwo Road, Ibadan. That's what I'm doing right now. So you never recover. What about your businesses that you were doing then when you I'm telling you something. That's what changed my life. That woman changed my life. He did not. You will never tell him that. The lack of a proper medical care, medical system that could have detected whatever was the problem. A state-funded medical facility could have prevented whatever was the spinal problem that he had. He wouldn't have sell off his properties. He wouldn't have blamed an innocent woman for witchcraft. They wouldn't have frustrated her until she had to pack away and run for her life. All of this wouldn't have happened. Families would still have been families. He would have received the best medical treatment, without having to sell his properties. That is one of the worst consequences of a bad leadership that people don't know. Majority of you are just one sickness away from becoming poor. And there is no sign these guys are going to build any institutions that are actually going to care for you. No chance. No chance. He didn't care that he was driving a car on a terrible road that nobody cares to fix, and nobody cares to even follow the traffic rules as well. But suddenly, the village people, oh, my new wife, oh, now my first wife, they do me. I went to seven places, my son, 7 places. Now my first wife. I thank God she's dead now. She died because of me. Hey, what happened? You know, she thought she was the most powerful. I met one powerful woman for Ekiti. That woman said, now 7 days she go die. That she no care what witchcraft she gets. Now 7 days. So your first wife don't die now because of this matter. And now, because of me. You don't get all your money back. No, I don't get that money back. That one. But I thank God I have my life back. But now that woman, they do me. Nobody pays attention to the evil that are wearing agbada. And they are wearing different babariga and the rest, all walking around you. Abi? Anyway, El Rufai said any attack on Niger Republic is a declaration of a civil war on northern Nigeria. It done the cook. I told you it's become it's now, they are now calling him the Bob Rufai. Oh, Bob Rufai, that's what they call him. They say, hell Bob Rufai, the Rastafarian. So he's already out again to say, Tinubu should be very careful. Okay, that Tinubu should be very careful. Declaring war on Niger Republic is declaring war or declaring a civil war on northern part of Nigeria. So somebody was asking me, so what should happen? What's the solution? I have told you. No, they ask me all this kind of amorabini or your thing. I have just told you what they did, what they have done. If you don't understand where all this Ijiaye is coming from on your job, on your infrastructures, what else again, on your businesses, the where the GIA is coming from Bokwari and gang, APC, Egbekegbe. What is the solution? The solution is very simple. All of them. First, Tinubu and gang, they will arrest all the Bokwari's family members, all of the family members of Pastor Ruga and their friends. Everybody that work with Bokwari, all of them and their PAs. Yeah, they're plenty. They go reach like 2,500, all of them. Pack all of them, and build a fence, all right, next to Arugungu. You know where Arugungu is? It's where they do Arugungu Fishing Festival in Kirby. Small river like that. Build a net there, like a fence, put all of them there, 2,800 of them. We'll come back to them. When you are done, then resign. All of them, your governors, everybody, may they just resign and say, we are sorry for the evil we have done. Locate any nearest barracks or police station and surrender themselves for arrest. They are guilty until proven innocent. When that one happens, there is going to be this open window, open cloud all over Nigeria. Now, him be say, all your problems, they have arrested themselves, surrendered themselves, and you can do whatever you like with them. Is that too much to do, Abi? Which of them would you do? Which solution would you do? Other than the solution of where they are going to share you food and the rest of them. They have you where they want you to be. So why are you asking me the solution? That's the solution. So after that, all of us who are left, Mayegun and the rest of us, we'll just discuss the day where everybody go their separate ways. Kamakpademo, you know, that kind of thing. I go, yeah, everybody they find their level, everybody find their level, say go bye-bye, and the rest of that. Kamakpademo. That's my solution, but you won't take it to you because of the way I said it, Abi. Because I didn't put on tie, Abi. Put on all the demo everywhere. Begin to read them like say na serious thing that they read. And you will sit down there and say, oh, that's a very brave idea. Oh, that's a very lovely idea. Oh, I love that idea of Mayegun. I love that part where he said, consume crum. That place is very, very important. We should pay attention to that one. Now the mentor, go straight to it. After you arrested all your problems and your problems surrender, what is left? You want to keep Nigeria and breed another problem, Sabi? Breed another criminals. These guys have motivated so many millions who are already waiting for their turn. That's why we call it the Nigeria, turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Majority of them are screaming, Ongao, this government, God punish you. Nalayo. The moment they have their own shot, they will tell you, my brother, it's not that, it's not, you don't understand. Mayegun, I used to be like you, Mayegun. People have told me that many times. Today, when they finish waiting at the shop, they come back here and say, Mayegun, long time. I say, long time. Mayegun Baba, long time. I say long time. I don't hear you. You didn't even like Mayegun, you didn't even check on your brother. I don't get brother. I don't get any brother. Which ones is check your brother? We did here, they say, these guys are criminals. These guys are criminals. Don't join them. Don't follow that thing that they said. If you can't beat them, join them. Don't join them. Instead of you, because you cannot beat them, instead of joining them, don't join them. Call other people to join you and you will beat them. You don't understand? That's my own theory. We did do that one here. We no go agree. On Mayegun's diary political 10 years ago. Suddenly you came back and said, Mayegun, you know, I used to be like you. Mayegun, you don't understand. Government is very peculiar, catastrophic, and a little bit kind of, you know, it's not, no, blue is not always blue. Mayegun, I say, Shen Bawiri. Explain it to me. Government is complicated. It's not always like that straightforward. Oh, the time with you is no longer that straightforward, Abi. Now you know government better. Mayegun, you cannot just be criticizing. You need to give solution. Solution. The only solution they are after is what is in it for me. What is in it for others. But they will come to public and say, Mayegun, don't just talk anyhow, just give solution. You need to give solution too. Then when they finish chopping, when they can't kick them out, they are no longer part of it. They will come around and say, Mayegun, long time no see. I say, I've not gone anywhere. I've always been here. Now you know where you went. I have always been Mayegun here every time for the past 11 years, consistently. Iwatitani, long time no see. When I don't finish waiting, when I finish, and I don't finish the defending and all that, you are back. The bottom line I'm saying here is that a lot of you, we know, when you complain about how Nigeria is bad, now because when it is affecting you, although it affects a lot of us, many of us, well, I'm talking about when that Nigeria really happened to you individually. That is where, this country is a very terrible country, Mayegun, this country can never be better again. Kilo day. What happened? What happened to you? Shugo Emeka, talk to me. What happened? I swear, Mayegun, this country is finished. It's finished. So what happened now? Tell us. All of us know say the country don't finish, but the way you talk, you be like say something happened. Can you believe that I sent a car to Nigeria and they were supposed to buy the car for 1 million naira? Would you believe that half of that money was fake money? That country has finished. Emeka, I agree with you. It's not new, that's what they do. So what can happen? You report them to the police? Mayegun, I was so shocked that how could this still be happening? I know. I mean, like, it's so crazy, yeah? So what happened to the money? What did you do with it? I have spent it now. What? Mayegun, I have spent the money. That country is finished, though. Emeka, you spent 500,000 naira fake money that they spent to you. Oh, so you want me to keep it, Abi, Mayegun? Now, me should bear the cost, Abi. I was so shocked. I said, brother, I am as shocked as you. That country is finished. We agree. Where everybody is trying to take their own chance and the rest of that. I'm just using that to let you know that sometimes when it affects you, it makes more sense. Only when you realize that some of those people who feels like we are overreacting is because somehow they still have their own expectation, waiting for their turn. It's not like that. You want to break up Nigeria? Wait me, I never loot my own money. My own name never did EFCC name. Look at this, Mayegun. No, we don't break up Nigeria now. Jokingly, people are saying that to me. We cannot break up Nigeria now. When I get there and loot my own, then we can break up Nigeria. Do you see that mentality? So don't keep Nigeria together. Once these rogues report themselves, arrested themselves, and lock themselves up, you can decide what you are going to do with them later. But the first meeting should be everybody to go their way. They say, hey, Honorable Mayegun representing the Yoruba nation in this meeting. What is you have 25 minutes for your own presentation on this community, in this important meeting. Me, Mayegun, I go there, I say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here as a Yoruba representative. And thank you very much, everybody who also came to this place. And I just want you to know that I don't have any communique to read to you. I just want you to kind of let us discuss how we, all of us, go leave this place. Kamakpa demo. Now another person could ask me, what is Kamakpa demo? That means we won't have this meeting again. More will discuss and now say everybody leave this place. There's no point in later calling ourselves back and say, oh yeah, more will do meet which meeting? Regional meeting at Dikilemakwi. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. When it's time for us to vote, you can call me. Everybody dribble waiting they want dribble because there's no point in wasting time. So I'm not going to sit and tell you that way. We need to shake any call. No. If I have a chance, that's what will happen. But I know that's not actually how it works, okay? But if they should report and arrest themselves, all your problem don't arrest themselves. So you don't want them back, do you? You would never want them back. And that's exactly what I would do. Meanwhile, it is more evident now that there is going to be Niger war. And also, there's also the fact that there is not going to be any, what they call that thing again? Any reprieve for Nigerians soon as well. But it seems as well that the Falcon is no longer hidden the far corner anymore. Being a far corner, no, they hit the far corner. It's all this problem with all the people where they play with words and all that. But you get what I'm trying to say, Abi? The far corner is no longer listening to the far corner. That's in Abi. El Rufai seems to be unraveling little by little. And when I say unraveling, it's unraveling in the sense that he's not just a reggae artist. Today, he decided to kind of warn the ECOWAS as well as Tinubu. If nobody told you, you are asking to invade our brothers in Niger, to attack our brothers, when Nigeria is as broke as the world broken. You are trying to cause civil war. That's what you are declaring. You are declaring civil war on northern Nigerians. And you know where El Rufai is always like that, what do you call it? That jealous ex that will never just let go without a tantrum. And is going to be well suited for whatever they are going to eventually turn this into for Kolu. But Kolu is hell-bent and adamant and like, whether you like it or not, we are going to attack Niger and we are going to return Bazoum to power. And there is not going to be anything anybody can do about it. So it's more or less like a behind the scene. Some other things are cooking. And to those of you who are praying that Kolu should not change his mind, they should go for that one. Your prayers may be answered soon, except for those who already feels like Tinubu is illegitimate. And no matter what, whatever he does can be changed, right? In with a single stroke of a pen, like this guy said. There's a bill raised or something like. Listen to this.
Election without democracy. First, the electoral process or the practice of that election was devoid of democratic principles and values. And brilliantly pointed out by the director of the school, Professor Sam Amadi, in his presentation. If you plan to fail, not the political class, not the observers, not the voters, but INEC itself plan to fail by not honoring democratic precepts and values and norms, then such an election will have no democratic value or content. The second most fundamental one is that we're actually building a democratic infrastructure that is really devoid of democratic values. The very fact that of an election shorn of democratic intent, democratic practices, democratic precepts, will mean that you're producing a democratic or political system that is answerable to that kind of election. So the election, one, is devoid of democracy, and democracy it produces is devoid of genuine democratic values. That's why it is two-pronged. So the implication is that for us to really restore Nigerian political journey or trajectory, there is proper democratic balance, and they should not plan to fail. And they should observe and honor the principles embedded in the Electoral Act. Respect and honor the principles embedded in the text of this practice direction. This is what we want to do. This is how we're going to do it. The day of the election, there will be direct, visible, viable, timely seen immediate transmission of this result to INEC IREV. Real time. If this statement is made as verbal declaration and in writing, you must be held accountable to that. And if you fail to deliver on that, people will lose confidence in that process. And public trust can only be garnered when they see public office holders honor their words and honor the text of their writing. This report has proved conclusively that INEC failed to honor this. It's not the politicians, not the media, it's not the voters. That's number one. Number two, if INEC has a window to say, okay, we pause after coalition to look at all the issues raised by all the contending parties before we can go ahead and press on with announcing who either won or who didn't win. And if they fail to deliver on that, even when the law specifies you should do so, your own law, you are comfortable with, then you are deliberately planning to fail. That failure is producing election without democracy in two directions, like I said initially. The election itself is not democratic. The system itself is not democratic.
Question yesterday, the president was able to publish to me the portfolio of ministers designate, and many Nigerians, there's been hot reactions on social media. Many Nigerians are believing is the error that the spillover of 2023, which you complained now earlier, is the spillover of the 2023 election. For instance, while they were complaining that Festus Keyamo giving information and others like that, Wike, state minister. In all of this, what's your reaction as an expert and an analyst?
I have tried to tell practitioners like you, media practitioners, to bear with people like me, from AIT to Arise to Chinese and so on, and this is life, to bear with people like me. The courts are now an extension. They are now an extension of the electoral process. The court is integrated democracy in broad sense. But for elections, the court, from the presentation here, the courts are not part of that election. Almost everybody is in court. That means the legitimacy of everybody from governor to senator to rep to the president is in question. You swear them in, the president is producing ministers assigning portfolio, governors are swearing in commissioners assigning portfolio. People like us do not comment about them until the Supreme Court weighs its view. That is when the election is complete. The completeness of this election that started February 25th will be ascertained sometime in November or thereabout when the Supreme Court.
Man, see there for jail. Politician wey in the probe don enter for power. EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician wey in the probe don enter for power. Ewo, EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician wey in the probe don enter for power. Ewo, EFCC chairman still there for jail. Politician wey in the probe don enter for power. If you dey do government work, you no carry am for head, you. Maka one day aga bokwa gike na ma o. In another government, you hear wayo nwanne mo ebukwa ya nisi one day aga bogike na ma ewo. EFCC chairman no dey for jail. Politician wey man still dey for jail.
I'm sorry, right? It is that woman's cap, right? The way she's like that is, I don't know, that kind of cracked me up, right? Kind of funny, right? So, a lot believe that if nobody feels stop Tinubu from going to Niger, maybe the court can stop him, and all of this can just be like a bad dream, you know? Like some would say, I still hope that this is a dream. Anyway, don't tease me, Jerry. I'm serious. I still hope this is a dream. A bad dream that we are all just going to wake up and say, okay. Oh, thank God, though. We have just been dreaming, Tinubu is not the president. And then all these things that we have been seeing, they are just like dream. Mami, they were alive by. It's not a dream, but like you said, maybe the tribunal, Abi, or Supreme Court, they can just make this go away. and it will just be like a bad dream. But if the Supreme Court and the tribunal fail to stop Tinubu from declaring war on Niger, I don't understand waiting this man they talk, but now he be the head of the Wagner group. In one of them, Shaisha talk say they did the atmosphere of 50 degrees. Yenikwe Africa. Then he also said something about Africa, ICC, Ati Al-Qaeda. When they told me the interpretation of what he said, if I have Kolu's phone number, I'll tell him, Kolu, hello, don't do it. I don't understand where this man they talk, but the way they talk, please, don't go to Niger.
Работаем. Температура плюс 50. Все как мы любим. ЧВК «Вагнер» проводит РПД. Делает Россию еще более великой на всех континентах. А Африку еще более свободной. Справедливость и счастье для африканских народов. Кошмарим ИГИЛ, Аль-Каиду и других бандосов. Берем на работу настоящих богатырей. И продолжаем выполнение задач, которые были поставлены и которые мы давали обещание, что справимся.
And for those of you who don't know that man, now the guy that staged that rebellion that was kind of so that went viral at that time, that they wanted to overthrow Putin in Russia. Now their leader be that. Something Proxim. For me, give me his name. Give me his name. Somebody is called the Wagner Group. I'll tell you about the Wagners. 1 second, just so you know. He has a name. Proxim, something. He said we are now in Africa. The weather is 50 degrees centigrade of northeast coast, 35 degrees northwest. All those t-shirts that they use compass like that. He's saying it in Russia. Prigozhin. Prigozhin lórúkọ ẹ̀ o ló ń pè Prigozhin. Látijọ́ tó ti ń jagun kò lùsì rí o. Since the day he don dey fight war na jagun jẹun. Those people they call her jagun jẹun. People say now war they fight to chop. Prigozhin is the leader of Wagner Group. When the when Ukraine-Russia wahala started, there was a place called Bakhmut. That Bakhmut is Ukrainian territory. Russian soldiers, everybody, they no feel rich. NATO, America, everybody did there. They bombarded. Now, this guy in boys, so they took the entire city, Bakhmut, to chase away NATO, chase away everybody, boosted the morale of Russia. He is such a very powerful person. His job is Ajagun Jeun. He has been in Africa for years, for decades. And they're like people who fight, I said, those thugs. Frederick Lugard. You remember Frederick Lugard, the British colonial thug that came to Nigeria, with all their boys and the rest of them. In the name of the king. In the name of the king. That's what they were doing about those colonial thug at the time, and they are claiming everywhere. But you see this Prigozhin, they are fighting everywhere in the name of motherland Russia. In the name of motherland Russia. They are in Niger already. Now them they near me. French authority, the French forces in that region. Now 1,500 in the entire Africa. French army. American soldiers in that entire axis, they no reach 1,000. That is why America built the drone base. The drone can shoot you from the sky. You don't go see it coming. You won't see it coming. You go just like, everybody don't die. Drone. America decided to put drones there instead of human beings. But you see this Prigozhin àtàwọn tiẹ̀ in jail. They are those who also dealt with ISIS in Iraq and Syria. Sure, you remember ISIS? Those people where they cut people head in Iraq and Syria at that time. Now these guys fought them. You know, hear about them again, Abi? Now them clear them. I'm not trying to sing their praises simply because of because I don't like Nigeria. No. I am telling you all these facts because they are not available in Nigeria. They are making people feel like even though Nigeria have no stake in what is going on in Niger, Tinubu and APC, they want to send Nigerian soldiers to their death in a war that is none of our business on behalf of France. So that's why I'm saying this to you, that if you think they are walking into Niger Republic, like they are telling you that Niger is a small kinikon, Nigeria is a big kinikon, omo, in 1 week, they may expose Nigeria. I'll tell you one thing now. Listen to me, so that we can understand ourselves very well. There is a lot that this Niger war is going to cost in Nigeria. You know, like a big brother that say, I'll crush you, I'll beat you now. I'll slap you now. Say, please, Egbo, don't slap me, Egbo, don't slap me, Who are you talking to? Like, I can't slap any. Hey, please don't slap me, Say, hey, look at this. So if you can't slap her once, and then just like, you are down. And you see people around you. Oh, thank God, he's awake. He's awake. He's awake now. He's awake. And you're like that. What happened? He said, Egbon, thank God that you are awake. Egbon, no, they behave like that. You don't understand Akere Koroni. You see, because it's not by age, it's not by size. So we have been here since. They are checking your pulse, whether you are dead or not. And Akere Koro, you go slap Akere Koro. He was telling you not to do it. Slap him. He just gave you one shock, shaki. Before we know it, Egbon, you don't do. We thought you were going to die, Thank God that you are alive. Because Nigeria have a lot to lose. Niger have been losing so much to the imperialists, to the colonialists, to France. The ideal thing is for your big brother to come and rescue you. Your big brother to come and defend you in the face or in the hands of bullies. If your big brother can't join them, now Nigeria have a lot to lose. Nigeria have fighter jets. Nigeria have a military base. Nigerian criminal politicians have stolen enough money. Nigerian generals have, those who haven't are looking to steal their own money so that they can have a relaxed life of enjoyment. Now Nigeria have a lot to lose. And that is why, for those of you who are praying for Niger war, I beg you to tell Tinubu to stop. Nigeria is not going to be the same again. And it is not just Nigeria. You see all those dwarf countries that are claiming to be West Africa, ECOWAS. Majority of them be like those children where they take go school that time. They say, yeah, put your hand for your hair. So yeah, try more. This one never reached to enter school. Countries like Ghana, Togo, Benin, all these places who are following Nigeria to do shakara, we are going to invade them. We are going to invade them. You are like all those small Peking in the olden days that they will say, yeah, they are due for school registration. Yeah, take them to school. How old are you? They say, I'm 10 years old. Look, that be almost 2 years. Yeah, put your hand for your head. Let's see if your right hand is going to touch your left ear. And they're like that. Doing like that. So they are following Nigeria. Blind, they lead the blind. One-eyed man, they lead the blind. By the time the whole shit start falling down, even the rest of you won't see anywhere to run to. Because it's exactly what they want. Destabilization in the region. Nigeria and the criminals in charge of Nigeria no get sense. Tell them, the Wagner group, they are not Ninja soldier. Ajagun Jeun ni won. And Ajagun Mamono ni won. For those of you who understand Yoruba, Ajagun Jeun are those who are fighting to eat. Ajagun Mamono are those who they fight when the people say they know they get boundary. Ajagun Mamono is they know no boundary. The last time when the Chadian army entered Nigeria because they were chasing the Boko Haram, they entered somewhere around Borno. Nigerian army gave them warning. Don't try that again. Don't ever come to this land again. Don't try. It's called the crossing of barrier and all of that borderless borders in Nigeria. So the Chad army have to go back. The following day or 2 days later, they killed their president and led the soldier to Nigeria. You see all this Prigozhin at Wagners, Ajaguma Mobandri, Tobatin, they just move on. Now later they call them, say, now Nigeria be that, now Nigeria be that. Say, Nigeria, okay, we dey see Kogi. Say, is this not Ninja? He said, no, Kogi, ke? You don't reach Kogi? No, we don't enter Kogi. Come back. That's Nigeria. That's not Ninja. So we thought he said Kogi Ninja. I'm saying this to you because I have seen it. And I don't want to sit down here later and start saying all these things with like the real casualties, people that have been killed. Tell Tinubu, you know, get business for Ninja. Nothing, we go bring anything positive out of this whole thing, And if you don't believe me, you'll come back here. I'll stop on for there. Let's go to the next one. Okay, let me take calls. Because I can speak like this for the rest of the night. And a lot of you will not take me serious. And I'm serious. Very serious. But you get what I mean. The message is very simple. There is nothing for Nigerians to gain there. There's something very much at hand right now that requires Tinubu to address Nigerians and tell them the truth. All these promises, all these things that a lot of you are looking forward to, they are not going to happen. Fine, they will borrow more money. They will ruin the economy more. They will denominate your money. Do all these things to cover it up. But now you go know where the thing they paying. So if they have anything serious to talk about, it should be this. Or maybe we should just forget them. I'm going to take calls, Jared, so that it won't be like, say, now only me day here. But remember, you need to like the broadcast, okay? You need to like it. You need to share it. You need to subscribe onto Mayegun's Diary Political if you actually enjoyed this set tonight, right? And when I come back, I'll take calls. I've already seen people already calling. But I need a fresh tea again. Thank you.
Country, 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Is that you?
You dey speak in tongue. Somebody was asking there that what happened to that of the Tinubu? Who is Tinubu? And the expected expose from the United States of America tomorrow. I know. So it's just going to be like a gist. Okay? But because time is no longer on our side, on my part, we'll just put on together to when the news break tomorrow. We'll see how the news break will be like, But let's take calls so that we can have a chat tonight. Hang on. I think I have. Hang on. No. Do I? Hello there.
Oh my God.
Hey, Princess.
Huh?
Princess Balogun. How are you tonight, too?
Oh, I'm there. And I would have preferred to remain anonymous on this one.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
yeah.
everybody will get to know your name. You can't. I mean, they will get to know your voice. But anyway, Let's fire on, and maybe you would, I don't know.
At least names will not be mentioned. You know, we know. See, Nigeria is a country, yeah, that that sells what it does not have. They try to give what they don't have, yeah, and at the same time, they buy what they have. That's the kind of people we are, you know. We're a country that doesn't know anything, not next to nothing about democracy. Yet,
That's democracy.
we want to teach, we want to shove it down people's throats. It is democracy. It shouldn't be applied like that. And we're a country that has very lovely, nice crude, and we buy petroleum products. Ṣáyé ò máa ṣe wá báyìí? Àbí nǹkan ò máa ṣe wá? Nǹkan ti ṣe wá now.
Absolutely.
You see the Emefiole issue. If DSS are on our platform, like they always come in, you know, they snoop around. And we've not seen any reasonable one amongst them, yeah? That could think that they should just walk into some of these banks and ask them to open their votes. Emefiole, crashed the economy of this country. Emefiole, he crashed the economy of this country. People were taking money to him, they were taking bribe to him in US dollar, raw cash. This cash has stocked. They are stocked in vaults of banks all around. DSS should spring to work. They should start sniffing around. DSS should get up. The amount of money, dollars, stock, stacked everywhere in bank vaults in this country. If they are able to recover it, dollar to naira, to rise the alcohol crash that I tell you this today. So if people are really working in this country, if they are normal, if they are not high on idiocy, if they are not bastards, if DSS is really working, they are not running around other people. They are not running around other people that are not really doing much. If they can figure out these idiots, the way the man goes to court and carry Bible now, oh man, amazed me, God. This is the man somebody was going to interview, and he said, "Oh, I know you are related to the VP. You want to take over my job and all that." This is a very hopeless man. He was working directly with Buhari, but for him, Emefiole, come after Buhari loco. They should do it like that. Then we will know we are getting justice.
And I don't think Tinubu is interested in all of that. We can see it's continuation of the fraud anyway. So people are the ones that are fucked.
I tell my Asiwaju will not leave that man. Toba Jeko lo 4 years, Emefiole ma lo 4 years. Lewon yen. Toba pada Jeko lo another 4 years. O ma pada lo another 4 years. O ma jodun mejo to ma lo nbe. I tell you today. That is the way it is going. Ogbeni e ma ko jego. The things I picked today are things that DSS should start working on.
Is it the old agreement?
That is where the problem is. That is where the problem is.
What about
Buhari is getting through?
That finance minister. What about all
these guys? I even wonder how Emefiole was able to cancel Bureau de change for the past 2 years, and he was doing round tripping,
and he was
giving dollars to people. Exactly. So people are not seeing it from that aspect at all. It should be dealt with. But he's got some boys in Zenith and Access. They should not go to their tell them to open their votes. Auditors should stand. Open your vote. How did this money, 5 million, 10 million USD in cash, raw cash, sitting in bank votes everywhere in the country? They should figure him out. If DSS are on this program, like they come in every now and then, or if they are not live right now, they'll watch it later. They should start the job now. They should start it now. They should start it now, Mayego.
Princess, thank you so
All right,
much.
Jerry, Baba.
Let me
All right.
take another
You're
one.
welcome. Yeah.
So we have here Prince Jejeman. Is that you?
Yes, my good general.
Prince, how are you?
Baba, this is Prince. Yeah, this is Prince Jejeman representing IPOB for life.
Bless you, Baba.
Baba, respect. We thank you, Baba. You are doing a great job. You
thank
see.
You.
Yeah, Tukano, Mikey, the highlight, the feel honestly. You know. Baba, I saw you begging Kolu not to go to war. You know, I suggest you shouldn't beg him. Let him go to war. You know, his aim of going to this war is for the court case to suspend so that Nigeria can be fighting and there will be tribunal will be having judgment. That is the only thing I figure out because I don't see a country that is bankrupt how they are going to war. I can't just the mathematics I can't know. Maybe I didn't go to school at all. You know,
it's not really making sense.
Honestly, Baba. So he should go to war. I think so that he will remain in power. Yeah, he can remain in power for 8 years. That will help him to remain in power for 8 years. You know, so that is what we are suggesting to him. It's very, very good. Let him go with
so
walking
nobody
stick.
Should beg him not to go.
Now all the Agbodorians, 50 million youths, he's going to recruit all the Agbodorian first will be at the front before Nigerian people will not join.
Are recruiting youths right now into the army are the Nigerians. In Nigeria, people are kind of queuing to collect their own food and rice. Nobody is recruiting to join the army, unfortunately, or yet.
Bayego, I want to thank you once more. You see, there's something you did last year, which is so significant. You know, there was a time something like alliance, Oduduwa Nation wanted to have alliance with this autopilot group.
Okay.
That sprang out somewhere then. And on this your platform, you shouted, you warned the Yorubas not to carry on with that. Let them not bring all these calamities to Southwest. If you can remember, you really did a wonderful job because of speaking out.
Mine was the reason, just for clarity, Prince Jejeman,
what
you are referring to.
Yeah.
The reason why I had to raise the alarm then was because I stumbled on a private meeting where they were plotting on how they are going to kind of, arm the young boys and they are going to go and create some kind of havoc here and there just to prove to people that we are capable of this or that. And they were saying that they were going into an alliance with the Biafrans, IPOB, that they are going to supply them. And I was like, listen, guys, I know about this nonsense you guys are doing, okay? Now you are taking it too far. And I know why they were going that route then. So I raised the alarm. A lot of them listened. And the whole thing died this natural death.
That's great. Yeah, I just want to recall back, you know.
I'm with you. Continue.
Yeah, you did a wonderful job there, honestly, because this so when you said IPOB when you were talking, that alliance has nothing to do with IPOB, for clarity, because
it wasn't with IPOB. That's what I told them. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
for those
nonsense.
who are not Biafrans, it has nothing to do with IPOB. So why I'm going back to it is because our people, because of this problem we had, this challenge of insecurity in the southeast. This guy who is the prime minister, that was based in Finland, as he called himself. recently said that ESN, that Nnamdi Kanu created, just like Omoteku and the ISBA in the north, to secure our people from the invading Fulani terrorists. This guy is now currently calling the ESN a terrorist group. And this is also him himself told Biafran people that he is the one in charge of the ESN. I get him, you see the complications, you know. In IPOB, we have a body who is the highest governing body of IPOB is the DOS. And that is the person that the Nnamdi Kanu told every member of IPOB to listen to their instruction, to take instruction from, and not any other place. We can listen to any other, even you, Mayegu, Nnamdi Kanu instructed Biafran to come and listen to you. You know, him that is in Finland, Nnamdi Kanu also called his name then. But today, that is what he's playing to deceive our people, telling them that he's doing an excellent job, that Nnamdi Kanu said they should go and listen to him. But he never played the voice of Nnamdi Kanu where he said that anybody who do not listen to GOS instruction, take instruction from them, that the person should find a way out of IPOB, that the person should be expelled instantly and have nothing to do with us. Okay? So why I'm bringing this up, because still many of our people are still being deceived by this guy. This led to the death of a pregnant woman. That whenever he said,
Prince Jejema,
yeah.
Let me say something. Say something, right? You know why I don't talk about all of these factions and these fights between everyone? Yeah, you know why I don't?
Yes, Baba.
I have said that not because I don't know everything going on, okay, but I've discovered that from both sides, all sides of the aisle, right? A lot of the people, not everybody is actually interested in what is right. A lot of people, they are only interested in who is right, who is wrong. So I then said it to myself that having understand these soul schemes and everything going around it, I am more kind of interested in conversation messages that will keep reminding everybody that the leader of the IPOB is Nnamdi Kanu. And whatever conspiracy is there in anywhere, whether true or false, left, right, and center, we should all continue to walk around his freedom. The day he is freed, I mean, everybody can kind of come out then and say, oh yeah, this is what I heard, this is what I do, because there is none of this that is helping, right? The whole movement in a way. Sure, you get most of the setback that this struggle has suffered came from the people who professed to be in love of IPOB, whether on this side or that side. Do you understand that now? So I kind of wish you, those of you who are elders and leaders, right? You kind of still gonna grow that thick skins to hold a lot of these things back. And even if you have to speak on them, right? Be philosophical enough. You know why? The divided all of us have been is to nobody's advantage other than the same Nigeria system, you know? So that's why I've not spoken much about it. Not because I couldn't get on my program and start kind of telling who is wrong, who is right. I realized that that's what everybody has been doing. You are right. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. This one is right. Meanwhile, a lot of people are living what is right and what is wrong, you know? So there's no way you find yourself in it that you won't, if there's no way you will jump into it, that you won't find yourself either way. So the best you can do is keep that maturity enough and speak truth where you have to, and hold whatever you can that could contribute to me versus them, us versus them, this and that stuff. I mean, I just thought I should say it because it never really resolved anything. It's been like that for nearly 2 years now. I've seen things gone from bad to worse to deteriorated. And if I should speak the way I actually would on every issue, I realized that I'm just going to make it worse. So I decided to just hold it, offer advice where I could, and wait for the day Nnamdi Kanu will be out. Then after that, everybody can speak their mind. Then we probably will see who was wrong or right. But none of this is helping everyone, right? It keeps everybody so divided and all that. Prince Checheman.
Well, you have a point. You have a
get,
point there. Yeah, your advice is noted. I only want to bring it up so that
no, it's fine.
For it to be on diary.
Don't solve anything. I've observed that. I mean, I've been attacked for trying to offer advice. You forgot?
Yeah. I've got many
when I was trying to, Mayegun, it's none of your business. So what did I do? I decided to know that, okay, now I understand, you know, if I jump into it, last, I'll take a stand, which is okay. All right. But who would that serve? How would that help? This whole thing, other than they will say, look at them. They're already fighting themselves. And I've seen that many times. So I hope we'll keep it that way, Prince Checheman.
Yeah, Baba, thank you very much. Thank you very much. No wahala, yeah.
Thank you.
Respect, yeah. Keep up the good work.
Because a lot of us have a lot to say. But sometimes what we say are not really going to help. It's just going to make it worse.
I understand you. I understand you. Yeah. Well done.
Bless you. Prince Checheman.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to beg a lot of you who are going to be calling. I know a lot of you are already kind of triggered now. It's this. Can we all kind of calm down? It's not going to help anyone. Abusing or throwing abuses or what have you is not going to change anything. It just makes it easier for the Nigeria establishment to say, look at them. I mean, I wish I have something to tell. I mean, to make all of you believe what I just said is the best way, but I know I can't. In this day and time of social media, everybody wants to talk. Or for me, if I have an advice to give, I'll say, why don't you all just grow some skins, some kind of maturity, and smell the morning coffee. This is not helping anybody at all. Hello there. I actually thought I took that call. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, great. You are there. How are you?
Hello, Mayego. How are you today?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, Mayego. This is the Grace. We call it from Nottingham.
Oh, bless you, Baba. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks. Your program tonight, right? Your broadcast tonight is so revealing, and I quite appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
But sometimes when we think about Nigerian problem, right, it's multidimensional, multifaceted. I'm saying this because when you look at how, I don't know how Nigeria has not gone, as Nigeria has not blown up today.
Honestly,
considering what happened in the after the election,
still being called a country. Seriously.
Yes, I don't understand why Africans. I think the Nigeria and Africa, right? There's a generational cause. There's a problem somewhere that I don't understand. Especially the Black Africa. You know, when I say Black Africa, yeah, something is not right. I'm excluding the North Africans, right? Even the North Africans see us as slaves. You understand what I'm saying?
Imagine.
I can't understand why Tinubu want to go to war with the next door neighbor and your country's finances is in deep shit. Which money do you want to go and use to fight that war? What's going to happen? Say they declare war on Niger, right? Yep. The Americans are going to come in funding Nigeria. The French are going to come in funding Nigeria. And they too will fund other rebel groups to attack Nigeria as well. The uranium that they can't get in Niger, they start getting it from Nigeria.
Now.
Because Nigeria is destabilized. You know where I'm coming from?
Nigeria need weapons. So they will offer resources for it. And that's it. No money for Nigeria, but weapons.
That's what I'm talking about. When you have an illegitimate government, right? And Tinubu is saying that presidency to him, right, is like a trophy.
Yes.
So that man is ready to go to war with anybody just to maintain that position. He wants to be the president by all means. Because I can't understand why the court are not even saying that Tinubu shouldn't appoint ministers until the outcome of the
he's carrying out all the constitutional role of a president.
Yes.
This is somebody who is, I mean.
So him appointing ministers, you know, and doing all these things, right? It just goes to show that nothing is going to happen. Nothing will happen. The court will have put a stop to that. And the court has got the power to do that. That Tinubu cannot appoint ministers. He can't be the president by appointment, right? But he can't appoint ministers for now till the outcome of the tribunal.
That's the normal thing.
But with all this now, we have all the ministers now. What do you think? Like everything is normal.
It's because it is now the establishment, not Tinubu anymore. It's the establishment versus Atiku and Obi now. So usually from the beginning it was Atiku, Obi versus Tinubu. Now it is Atiku, Obi versus the establishments.
And the same INEC chairman that messed all this thing up, right? He's not being removed as a chairman, for Christ's sake. He still want to officiate, he still want to supervise another election.
That's right.
And do election and Kogi election. How come? How can that happen in a sane country? We have people like Michael Guinea, who is a very, very viable electoral INEC commissioner, right? Why did Tinubu retire? What was his name? What was the INEC chairman's name?
Mahmoud.
Why is he not retired? Why is he not retired? Just for prove that
you don't replace one of the very much vital tool in your toolbox. Just like that's
where Tinubu is stupid. If Tinubu has done that, right, they will have said that maybe he wants to behave like a Yadua who says the election that brought him in. Yeah, that kind of a thing. It's so stupid. They should have just retired the Mahmoud and bring someone else in. That will have given people a little bit of confidence. Okay, maybe this man wants to change. He knew he knew he rigged the election, but he wants to have a change of heart. But he still kept the same man there. That same man, Mahmoud, is the worst INEC chairman ever. Anyway, my contribution is that I'm calling tonight, right? Because I'm just shocked that Nigeria wants to go to war to go and attack in Niger when we are in deep shit, when we are broke, where we get the money to fight it. Anyway, take it easy, my ego.
You too, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. All right, thanks a lot. Yes, that's my man there from brilliant one. I'll take another one, by the way. Here, hello there.
Hello, my ego.
Hello, Zeus. Is that you?
Yeah.
Do you know I kind of are doing now? It's because you haven't changed the profile picture. The day you do change it, right? There's going to be a little bit confusion. And don't blame me. How are you, sir?
No problem. Maya, you are doing amazing work, and today's sermon was amazing. My greetings. How is your family?
Well, we are good. Thanks for asking. How's yours?
All right. Everybody's doing good. Maya, what I want to say, I just want to make a little announcement. I just had one Yusuf Yamili. I think he's from the north. He wanted to transport a car from Lagos to Abuja. Right. And I just want anybody drive a 2002 Toyota Corona. Anybody driving and see the checkpoints in Nigeria with a military uniform or anything, they should be careful, especially people driving flashy cars, because this man was killed and they took his the vehicle. I think it's in the news now. So they're accusing Nigerian army for that. So if I just want to make an announcement.
Okay. I think this guy, are you talking about that Air Force officer that's gone missing or got kidnapped and they're asking for 100 million?
That's the second one. That's the second one that happened. This one too happened today.
Oh dear.
At a military checkpoint, they're wearing military uniform. Do you know what also
happened last night till this morning? Some of these guys entered, they call them unknown kidnappers or unknown gunmen. They entered an apartment in Abuja and they kidnapped about 2 people and they're asking for 300 million naira. Tell me more about that soldier stuff, please.
Yeah, because what is going on now is that people are wearing, I don't want to accuse the Nigerian military.
Right.
But if you're in Nigeria at this moment, if you're driving a flashy car or a brand new car,
right.
I mean, I would not tell them not to drive it, but just be careful driving around with a military checkpoint or stuff like that, because it's like now they are the ones doing all this stuff and they're not well paid anyways. So that's just what message I want to send out there. People driving good cars and stuff in Nigeria should be very, very careful.
They are around the military checkpoints. Anything can happen.
Yes.
You know they killed the senator's aide.
I heard that one too. today.
Yeah, that too.
He's
accusing the
and
Nigerian
it was still
of killing his
the same kind
aide.
of formation. Yeah, the same kind of people wearing military uniform.
Yeah. Well,
so I want to send that message out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
So all our followers can listen. Now, I was trying to become a silver or gold member. I've been trying online to see how I can get that. If you can send me a link so I can join, that would be great. I would really appreciate it.
To be a member, is that on YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the easiest way, okay, is that of where you see that dollars. You know that dollar sign. Right? When you click that dollar sign under the comment section, around that comment section, right? If you tap the dollar sign, it's going to give you about 4 options: super sticker, super chats, membership, and then membership gifting. Now, if you go to membership, you'll be able to choose which one you like. It's actually, I kind of would love to recommend that to everyone who is following Mayegun's Diary Political, who don't really like adverts. You know, YouTube always have adverts, too much adverts.
Yeah.
If you are a member, a premium YouTuber, right? A member who is paying, what do you call it, for that YouTube. If you pick up, for example, if you pick up membership on Mayegun, let's say £1.99 a month, you are a member. You're going to save yourself of any membership, of any advert in any of my videos. And not just my videos, so any video on YouTube. You won't be seeing adverts. You can just keep them like that, and that's it.
Okay.
It works quite well anyway. So thank you, Zeus, for sharing that, okay?
Okay.
Yep. And anyone who wants to probably be members of Mayegun's Diary Political, especially on YouTube, all you need to do is to tap that dollar. Even if you want to give super chat or what have you, you need to tap that dollar and then follow the instruction. It's quite easy. And you can cancel it anytime too. Like, you can be a member this month, cancel it next month if you don't want to be anymore. It's so easy, and you can join it again and all that. Osita, one name.
One name more.
You need to come closer to your phone. Your voice is so distant.
Okay.
How are you, sir?
One name more.
One name.
Yeah, great. You've always been advancing from one level to the other.
Osita.
There's always a reason I look at your I look at your videos whenever you're talking. The passion alone, it is written all over your face. Sometimes I want to ask that, why are you so passionate about this whole troubles in Nigeria or in Africans in general? But all the same, I find out that I fall into the same category. I usually don't keep any friends who cannot engage me talking about the politics around the world, especially what is going on in Africa. Whenever we are speaking here, people should realize that we are not just talking about Nigeria, but we are talking about Africa in general.
That's right.
That we have been so shortchanged. Now that you said something about why will Tinubu in his right senses think he can go to war at this time when Nigeria, financially, security-wise, everything, we are really down.
In a big mess.
We are in a big mess. Then you now think about it, that, quite speaking, if Africa was not broken, or if Africa was not broken into the 50-something countries that we have, probably the northern Nigeria and the Niger will have been one country. That's what it should have been. So, but he is not getting it because of he's only thinking about his ego, the ability that people will have to accept him. So that is what he is looking at. So when you're looking at this whole thing, like you said, that is true. By the time they go to that war, the northern Nigeria has that same uranium that they are talking about. They will come to the northern Nigeria, create a bigger problem than what we are seeing. And what will they do? They will feast on it. One of the reasons I was watching something today on this this thing. But you see, one of the reasons we are having all this problem in this world today is dollarization. Either anybody likes it or not, is one of the reasons. Because The reason every country is affected in the world today with this hardship that is going on in the world, everybody is facing it. Though the one in Africa, in Nigeria, is extreme. Is one reason. The reason is because of the dollar. Is the universal distance. So when you now come and you sanction some countries, the moment you sanction a country, especially a big player like the Russians, the whole world will actually feed on that same sanction. You will feel the impact because the people you are sanctioning is not Zimbabwe. Because people will say, oh, you sanctioned Zimbabwe and oh, nothing happened. But these people you are sanctioning is actually a big player like you. So it's affecting everybody. So this thing that is happening in Nigeria, God knows, this thing that is happening in Nigeria called corruption, it can never cease with the way that we have taken the way we have taken things, the way we have applied things. I was looking at today, even the GO of what's his name, Deeper Life Church. He came out and he was saying
God will do a great thing under Tinubu and all that. I actually have the clip. Oh, you want to see it? So that you can possibly make your full comment on it. Do you?
Yeah.
I'll show you 1 second.
Those ministers that have been chosen in the cabinet, they are not new people that have never done anything. If you look at them one by one, you'll see the good things they've done. If we support them, if we are not, criticizing every step and they don't know where to stand, if we accept them and we believe that God will work through them, He'll use them as instruments to build our nation, let's forget the past. This is a new day. And I believe, and we all believe, we're going to see new things for our country through our president and through the members of the cabinet. Good things will happen.
Osita.
Yes. You see, one of the reasons that we are talking as at this time, because I watched the program too, and the program, somebody was saying that we are talking and we are not doing anything. No. Information and knowledge is power.
It is.
The reason we are talking now is to bring people out of, especially the youth, you bring their mind out of being a sycophant to become a true leader.
Bring their mind out of the generational societal conditioning that make them feel like all this nonsense is normal.
Yes. So because it is those kind of people, if you don't bring them out right now, it is those same kind of people who will grow old to the age of this man here. I'm not going to call him a pastor because he's not preaching the word of God here. So I'm going to call him a man now. This man that you are looking at, they will grow up to that age, and that is the kind of thing they will feed the younger ones in their own. Yes. So in order to stop that kind of a thing right now,
old, and they can even grow old to be
foolish people
too. It doesn't change them.
Yes.
What?
Nothing. You can't change them. So in order for us to change this generation or the generation that is coming behind us, we have to speak, and we have to speak so that they will know they are right, so that they can talk. The reason you are seeing Africa waking up, it is not because of, they just changed. No, it is because of we had the opportunity. The new leaders, they have the opportunity to get information, to get more information, which opened their eyes to know that they are being cheated.
That's right.
And that is the truth. Like Princess said, yes, what is his name? Emefiole, he deserves to die, not even to be in prison.
That one is
extreme. But the truth in Nigeria is that corruption can never fight corruption. I keep saying this thing. Corruption can never fight corruption. Because if you go to the DSS now, the place Emefiole is and the place Nnamdi Kanu is, you will find out it's totally different place. The place Emefiole is, they are answering him, sa. That thing you are looking at, they are doing to Emefiole, that thing is a pre-recorded, is a movie that has been written, that has been directed. It's a script. So nobody should think that, well, it's only when Emefiole is coming to court, he will wear oversized dress. So when he wear oversized gown, people will think he's suffering. It's a big lie.
And all that.
He's being maltreated. It's a big lie. When you see somebody who is being maltreated, when he comes out, you will see the fear in his face. Emefiole, there's no fear in his face. He's just looking around, just looking at all these people. Look at all these people that I command. I give command before. Just look at all of them. Just look at all of them. So let us not be deceived, and let us not be cajoled into thinking of something that an illegitimate government can actually legitimize itself. No, they are all birds of the same feather. If Emefiole, if they want to say that, they want to say that, they want to be truthful in what Emefiole has done. Why would they not allow him to come out? They ask them questions in court and let him say what he knows.
But they will not allow him, and I can bring whatever. Oh, bless you, Sita.
They will not do that, because all of them, they are in bed with each other. So let us not be deceived. Let us keep marching on. Let us keep talking, because we will not stop talking until we get to the promised land. Thank you very much, my brother.
Bless you, Sita, too. Thank you so much for that. We are coming close to the end of the program. Thank you to my new members, the new members of Dimayegun's Politico on YouTube, silver members. You can be members too. Try it. I mean, try and pick up that membership and see if you are going to be seeing adverts anymore. It's such a very small, unique way of cutting off any distraction and enjoying your Mayegun whenever you want. And not just Mayegun, YouTube generally. Top secret. Hello there. Right. I kind of got this call. It seems the caller dropped off, right? But hang on. I'll go take another one. Okay, I think he's back. A caller from Germany. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you, my brother. Hello. Good evening. I'm fine. I'm first-time caller.
Oh, you are a first-time caller too. Would you tell me your name?
Yeah. Okay, my name is John.
John.
But I've been an old fan. Yes, old fan, like 2015. So I'm just calling for the first time.
And you're calling from Germany, are you?
Yeah.
I'm still good with the area code. So how is it going on over there, John, Baba?
Yeah, we are fine. We are fine. I just called to thank you for everything you have been doing. You are doing a great job, my brother. You are doing a great job. Maybe you don't know, but with time, you will understand. So, actually, it's because of all these issues in Nigeria, the election and everything. A lot have been going on. I'll just pick some things so I don't take much time. So, the issue about, my opinion, do you understand? So, the issue about the election is done and gone. Everybody should just wait. 2027. Nobody should. They just forget. It's Nigeria. That is it. There's nothing anybody can do. Then, again, I have to thank you for your support and everything you have been doing about Nnamdi Kanu.
Thanks a lot.
It have been, you are wonderful. You are wonderful. You have always stand on the truth. Since I knew you, you have stand on the truth. You don't care about religion or tribe, anywhere anybody comes from. You don't care.
That's right.
Makes you wonderful, just makes you different, I tell you. So, but I have something also to say about my brother that called Prince Jejeman.
Right.
Last, I just want to touch them also. They should please stop using their issue of IPOB disturbing people. That's why I always like Osita. Osita have been wonderful. It doesn't, he just always stand neutral.
Exactly.
Because
of this whole
talking
thing,
about,
the best anybody can do is to at least don't add to it. Do your best to
tell you,
if you can't, just ignore. It's not easy for a lot of people, and I understand. But if you have to see something that's going to even make it more, Like,
I'm really ashamed of some people I see, even the people that claim to be the DOS is talking about. Go to their platform and hear what they are talking. You can't even hear them mention anything about Nigeria or talk about the maltreatment of the Igbos in Nigeria or something. No, they are only there talking about the criminal in Finland. Or it's just fighting against yourself. Even the person you are calling the criminal in Finland, at least if you listen to him sometimes, he tried to like bring out 70% of his time, talk about what Nigeria is doing, what Nigerian government and the army, the way they are killing people in Southeast. But go to the DOS, so-called DOS people, they don't talk about that. All they talk about is the criminal. Even they celebrate when they hear that they kill somebody. They say, okay, it's the gang of so people, Nigerian government, Nigerian army killed people, your fellow Igbos. You are celebrating it because you feel that the people they kill is the gang of Simon. You can imagine. It makes me, I just feel,
I do.
It's so painful. It's so painful.
See, John, that's why I said, I mean, I wish a lot of us could begin to try our best to stop pointing fingers. Yeah, you know, like you are wrong, you are right,
Yeah.
you are wrong, you are about.
To be honest, that's
the problem, John.
It's shameful. It's so shameful. I'm only thinking, where is Nnamdi Kanu going to start from when he comes out from prison and watch these people, what they are doing? I tell you, where is he going to start from? The people that he trusted, they are all gone, doing sort of things that when you see it, you feel ashamed. Being Igbo, I'm ashamed. Nobody should defend anybody.
John, there's so much.
Oh, brother, thank you very much. I should
look at it. I'm like the door. Okay, that is a
Yeah.
door to a house. I see inside. I see outside. If I should be talking based on what I am privy to, from the side of the Yoruba nation, Sunday Igbo and the rest of them, from the side of the IPO, Nnamdi Kanu and the rest and all of them, right? If I should actually always be reacting to what I know, I would have become possibly a clown to some of you. Because sometimes
you are so intelligent. You are so
okay.
I say you are so intelligent towards. Yeah, you are so intelligent in what you are doing.
So many people want to be
Yeah,
the
it's
first
true.
to say it. I'm the first to do it. And I'm like, at the end of the day, if you look at it back and forth, right, you realize that we are hurting this whole thing. And the people that are victims of it, we are hurting them more than we are helping them.
I tell you.
But I can't control what people say. I can't control what people feel. But on my own side, I can hold my side until when it is time to talk. And I will probably make it any issue until that man walk out there for free. Then
I tell you,
can begin to now open their mouth and talk. By then, he is free. Sure, you get. But for now, I see a lot of people helping towards that. Everybody is angry. Everybody just wants to be like, I mean, God help us.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So
okay,
I'm going
good night.
On that note, I'm going to call it a night. Okay, you've made the night quite interesting. I'll say. You should enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay. Thanks a lot. Now, I am going to say good night to everyone. And thanks so much. Somebody just gave me a gift. I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't see them. They say friend gift is called. I'll go check them. It's on YouTube. Freedom Trades. Thank you very much for that. I have no idea what that means. Oh. Well, usually it will come like it will show me and say, it's a gifted one Mayegun's Diary political membership. So I've got one membership who is a gifted. So thank you. Now to every one of you who probably joined us from the beginning, right? We have come to the end of the broadcast. But you need to like the broadcast as your own offering, okay? Before you go. And everyone, if you know where my videos should be, share with them. I am currently on the race to 11,000. And this evening, we are going to become 86,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm still 14,000 away. So maybe you can do that for me before December. So share this broadcast, like it massively as you can, and subscribe. So next time when I come around again, we can always continue from where we are stopping. So thank you for always spending your evening with me, especially all of you that doesn't miss any of my Eagles program. The next time I'm here, it's going to be another conversation entirely. Stay safe and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.